All right, guys, I got a story here for you guys. A young man down on the stage, married man, thought he had a soulmate and whatnot. And, well, there's always one reason or another why a person doesn't end up being a soulmate. So, here we go. Hi, my name is Neil. I'm 32, and my wife is Liz, 31. When we first started together, we made a promise that we would never be apart. We would only go for nights out together, even if it was supposed to be a guy's night or a girl's night. We always said we will never do anything apart. I kind of agree, but I disagree. A guy's night's a guy's night, a girl's night's a girl's night. I would respect it if everyone's, in relationships, chances are they're not going to cheat. But hey, you never know. If there's alcohol involved, you just never know, right? So, anyways, we were married for 6 years. Well, all that changed not too long ago. One of her girlfriends, a married woman, had decided to get a group together and do a hotel weekend together. Okay. So her friend Joe and her friend Rob invited Mike, who is single, my wife Liz, and myself. So Mike was in. He had the weekend off, Rob was on vacation time, and Joe had an online business. I, on the other hand, got sick, so I couldn't go. I was hoping that Liz would change her mind, but she insisted she still go and have fun for 4 days. So I agreed. Man, I wouldn't have agreed with that, knowing the fact that there's at least one person that it does, with knowing you never know what can happen, especially if they're drinking, right? So the day they left, she called me from the hotel and said she was excited but also disappointed that I was not there. It is what it is, right? Well, yeah, excited about being away but upset that you're not there. I can understand that. The first day there, you just got there. Sure, why not? But I still think that, she should have canceled out, man, and stayed with you and just swallowed the cost of the hotel room. Honestly, I really do. I could never agree to something like that myself, so. Well, after Joe found out that I was not showing up, she had a talk with Liz. Uh-oh. 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 What happened? Told her that Rob and her have agreed to have an open weekend. Really now? You can do anything you want and not get in trouble for it. Oh, boy. Those kind of people, I hate those kind of people. No disrespect to any of you who are like that. But seriously, that's bad news. So a friend of ours got told through text messages about this from Joe. Joe and immediately texted me about it. So Joe's not the one who texted this person, okay, but it was the way it was a typo in here. But this friend texted, was texting with Joe, saying that this is what's going to be happening, right? Like as if it's planned. Like planning to do things, let this person know because they're probably the spokesperson saying, tell everyone, hey, this is what's going on kind of thing, knowing the fact that, he's not there. Saying that Liz was convinced to do just that as well. Oh, no. Please tell me she's not going to do this to you. Like a guilt-free pass kind of thing. And apparently Mike had the hots for Liz and has for some time. Oh boy, that just spells trouble right there unless she has the strength to stay in her own room. You know what I mean? He did the odd time flirt with Liz and she just smiled and said stop jokingly. But dude, if you knew about it, why didn't you stop it if your wife's not stopping it? Okay? That's an open invitation, man. If you're not going to stop your friend or anyone from flirting with your woman, that's an invitation saying that you don't care much, right? As long as it doesn't go any further. You have to care more. It's plain and simple. That there basically is like an open door saying, go ahead, do whatever you want on the weekend. If you're going to allow me to do it when you're in person, why shouldn't I do this stuff when I'm not with you, right? I never thought anything about it. Yeah, sure sounds like that. Were you drinking that weekend? Because Jesus Christ, man, drinking or not, I would never, ever allow my friends to do that. Did that when I was young, and I regretted it, and since then, never, ever again. So that first night, I was texting Liz and she never got back to me. Oh boy, maybe she fell asleep. You know, first night there. According to our friend Liz, what? According to our friend Liz, went to Mike's room to confront him about his feelings towards her. Oh, dang it. Okay, this is not good. I didn't like the idea, but what can I do? I wasn't there. While she's not answering her phone, she goes over to his room to confront him about how he feels about her. Question is, were they drinking or not? If they weren't drinking, then whatever happened, it's full will. Because drinking can really have impact on people's judgments, right? So if they're not drinking that night, and they know exactly what they're doing. According to Joe, Liz spent the night in Mike's room. She apparently heard noises, but couldn't confirm what was going on. Well, you put two and two together, right? Oh my gosh, so she went in there, had a talk with him, and a little bit more than talking happened, eh? Goes to show that she was clearly interested in the way his approach was towards her. I didn't sleep that night knowing that my wife was getting busy with a friend. Well, no kidding. I don't think anyone would. I wouldn't. I've been cheated on so many times that, when I find that out, I don't sleep for days on end thinking, how do I approach this person? How do I get rid of this person? How do I end things with this person? Or do I give them an additional chance? But this sounds like a non-drinking weekend. So there's no excuse to be cheating. So the next morning, Joe sent pictures of our friend showing Liz, and Mike kissing at the hotel room door, and Liz was glowing. Oh boy, yeah, she's been getting some all right, and she probably pumped pretty good. He apparently pulled Liz back into the room before breakfast, and they were late for breakfast and said something came up. Or was it something came in? You guys get the drift. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, man, but seriously, you should have told her if she's going on that goddamn vacation, it's over between you guys. You never, ever, ever, ever allow something like that to happen. Okay? Our friend was so disgusted with what was going on. She went to the hotel that next day. In the evening, went up to Liz's room, heard moaning. Oh boy, not good. She called me, put it on speaker, and I could hear it. My wife was having sex. Our friend went to Mike's room, knocked on the door, no answer. She went to the cafe, no one was there. Well, I guess we know where they both are. Oh, dude. Really? Seriously, man. I just... Wow. Sunday morning came around. Our friend went back and was about to knock on the door again, but heard the moaning. Damn, 3 days in a row? Seriously? So at that point, my wife Liz, in 2.5 days, is having sex 3 times. Man, most couples don't even do it even 1 time a week. Well, technically speaking. That night, Sunday, Joe texted our friend and told her that they all agreed to group sex. So our friend texted me with the details. Oh man, I'd be vomiting by now. Now, she was doing this knowing that with all the evidence, I could easily win in divorce court. Now, that's the kind of friend that everyone needs, knowing that, she's helping you out with something here, right? Joe actually sent pictures and videos showing what Liz was doing. Liz did not like doing oral. Oh, our friend and I were shocked and appalled. She didn't like it, but she was doing it. I guess maybe she didn't like it because, I'm not really going to go into all the gory details, but a lot of people don't like doing it because of, liquids, right? But what convinced her? If she's not drinking, what convinced her? Seriously, what mentally motivated her to go ahead and do this? So Monday came around, time for them to leave. Apparently, when Liz was packing her stuff, Mike was seen going to her room. Liz only had a robe on. Oh. He went into her room, and yes, before breakfast, they did it again. Wow. Clearly, they have some kind of an interest in each other sexually. So, when it was all said and done, they left the room. She was all smiles, apparently, and eyes glowing more than ever before. They were holding hands, and they left the room and went for breakfast. Clearly sexually satisfied by another guy. Joe sent the picture to our friend. It seemed as though Joe was setting her up. Yeah, it does sound like that Joe is setting her up, trying to see whether or not she would be faithful or not. So is Joe a good person or a bad person in this? You know, it sounds like she set her up for, to see whether or not she'd be faithful. So my question is to everyone, is Joe wrong or is she right for doing what she did? To me, even though they all agreed to do stuff, okay, Joe was sending the intel showing that, that your wife is not faithful. So in a way, it's a good thing, but then, it goes to show she's not a very good friend. So to her anyway. So that evening, Liz still had not come home. It was like 12:30 a.m. 12:30, really. They leave and then it doesn't get home. Wow. So I texted her and asked her location. She said they were all hanging out at Mike's and that Mike offered for everyone to stay because it was late. Oh boy. I demanded that she gets her ass home. 2 minutes later, she walked in the door. I told her, sit down. She looked worried and asked if everything was okay. I looked at her and asked what all happened for the weekend. She told me it was all very exciting and she would do it all again if she had the chance to go again. Really now? Interesting. So I asked her how much time she spent with Mike. She looked puzzled and asked why was I asking. I told her I just want to know. She said they did spend really good quality time together. I asked her what they did. She said that is irrelevant. It was just a satisfying weekend. I told her I am going to ask one more time. What did they do? She started to look panicky. So I said, I know what happened. She looked at me with the look of what? I said, I know you had SEX with Mike. She looked at me stunned. I told her I sent someone to the hotel because she was being sent information to show that she, Liz, agreed to cheat and have an open weekend. Just her expression, knowing the fact that she got busted, man. Excuse me. She didn't believe me. So I showed her the intel. Her mouth dropped. Yeah, in your face, cheer. So I again asked her what happened and how many times. So she, Liz, finally came clean and said, okay, fine. Yes, I had SEX with Mike numerous times, and I did not regret it. Wow. You didn't regret it. You've been caught and you don't regret it. Douchebag is what I say. It felt so good having a guy that depth. I asked, did you orgasm? She looked at me, quiet, looked down, and responded, yes, numerous times. Oh, dude. I'm not surprised that she did, because depending on how it's done, yeah, it can happen anytime, right? So, I feel so sorry for you, man. Seriously. She said it'll never happen again. It was a runoff weekend. I am married to you, and all my SCX life will be with you from now on. So I looked at her and I asked one more question. She said, go for it. Did he finish in you? Her face went red. Oh, no. I knew the answer. Then she said, fine. Yes, he did. Oh, do not touch her, man. Do not touch her, because you never know where the hell that other dude has been. So I grabbed the paperwork that was on the table. She sat down close to me and I put it on her lap. She asked what it was. I told her, open it. She yelled, divorce! She said, I am not divorcing you. You're my soulmate. I told her, soulmates do not cheat on each other. Yeah, well, you know what, regardless of soulmate, man, if you're in a relationship, you just freaking, you don't cheat, period. If you're going to cheat, end the relationship before cheating, right? You know, it's hard to find a soulmate. It's hard to be soulmates, but you have to be 100% committed to everything towards each other. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Fucking sirens. So I got my divorce. Good. And she ended up with Mike for 5 months. So she bangs Mike and then she goes for him. Interesting. So clearly there was an interest between the two, or else she would not have gone to him, right? Clearly that's why the sex was so great, is because she had interest. They did the sleeping around thing again, and this time apparently she got pregnant by his friend who is married. Oh, just to put the nail in the coffin. Ouch. Damn, that stings. I laughed about it. I am single and having a great time. No, I have not met anyone, nor am I looking. Dude, thanks for bringing this to our attention, man. You know, I don't understand why. I don't give a rat's ass if you're a male or if you're a female, okay? Why cheat? Why cheat when you have something good right there, right in front of you, knowing the fact that that person is fully committed to you? You know what I mean? It's absolutely appalling. It is ridiculous. You know, I've been in relationships where I thought that person was going to be my soulmate, and it ended up being that, you know, she was sleeping around, okay? And, you know, but I've never experienced where someone went to an actual hotel and did this kind of stuff with friends, or it doesn't really even matter if they're a friend or not. The fact is that you just don't do it. Now, there was no indicators in your story here that they were drinking. So clearly, if they were not drinking, there is full willpower there, man, because there was no influencers, right? So it goes to show that she had interest in him the whole time. That's why she was allowing all that flirting. And she was just laughing it off and stuff like that. But my question to you is, dude, is why didn't you put a stop to and say, stop flirting, she's my wife? You know what I mean? But I think that was the open door. Honestly, I really do. That she figured it's going to be okay because you never stopped the flirting before. As a result, maybe it's okay if they can get away with this. You see what I'm saying there? So, you guys, everyone who hears my voice, take it from my advice, man. Don't ever allow your spouse to be flirted with at a party or anywhere, you know, because if you don't take a stand, okay, whether you're a man or a woman, the other person's going to say, well, you didn't care before, why would you care now? Show the care. Show the I'm not going to allow this to happen again or else kind of attitude, right? Because you don't want to get hurt, because the person that cheats is not only hurting you, but this person's hurting themselves and the people that they're around, right? So anyways, guys, I'm going to get going here. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, share, and I will try and get more stories out to you guys eventually. All right, have a good one.